Welcome back to the Investing Iguana, where we leap from leaf to leaf in the vast jungle of finance to bring you the ripest insights. I'm your host, Iggy, the iguana with a knack for numbers and an eye for opportunities. Today, we're swooping across the ocean from Japan to Singapore, unraveling a tale of two cities through the lens of cost. Oh, and we've got a special guest from the land of the rising sun, Shu Matsuo, the real estate whiz who recently stirred a buzz with his cost of living comparison between these two economic hotspots. From the paycheck punch to the real estate rumble, and even the bite out of a Big Mac, we're diving deep to dissect the digits and see where you'd rather be chowing down on that burger in a quaint Japanese apartment or a sky-high Singaporean condo. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to hop along with Iggy on more investing adventures. Stay tuned, the financial foliage is about to get fascinating. In a lively tete-a-tete on the cost of living, Japanese real estate maven and wealth coach, Shu Matsuo, recently spilled the beans on the financial face-off between Japan and Singapore. Shu, a seasoned investor and the brainchild behind Post.fi, took to TikTok on a breezy Monday, September 25th, to unfold his analysis, stirring a buzz among netizens. Diving right into the digits, Shu chalked out a comparison based on Singaporean dollars, simplifying it into four relatable categories: average income, rent for a cozy 3-bedroom apartment, the price tag on an average house, and the cost of sinking your teeth into a juicy Big Mac. His straightforward breakdown provided a clear view of the economic contrasts between the two nations, allowing viewers to grasp the variances in living costs. Through this enlightening tete-a-tete, Shu Matsuo not only educated his followers on the financial dynamics at play, but also sparked a wider conversation among netizens, fostering a space for interactive discussion and shared learning. In this intriguing analysis, Shu sheds light on the financial landscape contrasting Singapore and Japan, unveiling a notable 23% lead in average income for Singaporeans who enjoy an annual earning of 70,000 Singapore dollars, in comparison to the Japanese who earn an average of 57,000 Singapore dollars. However, the preliminary euphoria over the additional earnings may be short-lived as we venture into the housing sector of both nations. Singapore is notorious for its towering rental costs, showcasing a significant 88% disparity when compared to Japan for a 3-bedroom apartment. A closer look reveals that tenants in Singapore have to shell out 2,600 Singapore dollars, a stark contrast to the modest 1,382 Singapore dollars required in Japan. The divergence amplifies for those nurturing aspirations of homeownership. The real estate market in Singapore presents a formidable 386% difference in the average cost of houses, catapulting the dream of owning a home into a hefty price bracket of 1,600,000 Singapore dollars. This astronomical figure overshadows Japan's considerably more accessible average housing cost of 329,000 Singapore dollars, placing Singapore far ahead on the property price ladder. This comparative exploration underscores not only the economic disparities, but also paints a realistic picture of the cost of living in both nations. While Singaporeans may revel in higher average incomes, the exorbitant housing market significantly dents the allure of the extra earnings, rendering the financial equilibrium between the two nations more complex than it initially appears. Oh, and for the foodies, Shu threw in a fun fact: a Big Mac in Singapore will have you shelling out 74% more than in Japan. Turns out, if you find yourself craving a Big Mac while in Singapore, you'll be parting with a significantly larger portion of your wallet as compared to if you were to satisfy the same craving in Japan. To put it in figures, the cost of a Big Mac in Singapore is a whopping 74% higher than what you would pay for the same meal in Japan. In his concluding remarks, Shu playfully prodded his viewers with a whimsical query: given the affordability, have you ever considered relocating to Japan? The economical insights he shared in his video ignited a cascade of responses. A segment of the audience highlighted the relatively more budget-friendly option of purchasing a flat in Singapore, with the price hovering around a manageable 300,000 to 400,000 Singapore dollars range. An alternative strategy shared was the cost-effective cross-border lifestyle of residing in the economically friendly region of Malaysia while maintaining employment in Singapore, a daily trans-border commute that is notably lighter on the pocket. A small number of Singapore locals joined the discussion, casting doubts on the accuracy of Shu's presented rental data. A particular respondent, currently occupying a 3-bedroom apartment, divulged her rental expenditure of 4,500 Singapore dollars each month, which starkly contrasts with Shu's stated monthly rental of 2,600 Singapore dollars. This variance in rental figures not only displayed a broader spectrum of living costs, but also fueled a more nuanced discussion on the comparative affordability between Japan, Singapore, and its neighboring regions. In the discussion, the geographic distinctions within Japan were explored, with inquisitive individuals inquiring whether Shu's data on Japanese financial figures were reflective of the economic conditions in Tokyo or Osaka, and whether they pertained to urban or suburban areas. This aspect of the conversation aimed at providing a more nuanced understanding of the urban-rural economic dynamics. Shu's insights acted as a catalyst for a more thorough investigation into the cost of living differences, with additional data from Numbeo enriching the discussion by providing a more substantive analysis. The revealed statistics laid bare a notable economic disparity. Without accounting for rent, consumer prices in Singapore were found to exceed those in Tokyo by a substantial margin of 61.6%. When rent was factored in, the cost of living in Singapore soared to an astonishing 113.2% above that of Tokyo. Furthermore, the financial comparisons extended to everyday expenditures such as dining out and routine grocery shopping, where Singapore demonstrated a higher cost burden by 66.1% and 28.4% respectively, when juxtaposed with Tokyo. Lastly, a look into the local buying power showed that Singapore is behind Tokyo by 5.8%. This sparked talks about the strength of the economy tied to the dollar. It highlighted how much people can buy with their money in these two big Asian cities, showing a glimpse into the overall economic situation there. As the story of rising living costs came out, many online users in Singapore related to the increasing bills, from water to electricity. This trend showed a growing worry about paying for basic needs while earnings remain the same. The discussion online showed a common concern among Singaporeans about the climbing cost of necessary services, especially when their earnings aren't going up. In short, Shu's short video on TikTok did more than just show the big difference in costs between Japan and Singapore. It sparked lively talks, reflections, and a reality check on finances among the viewers in Singapore. The discussions that followed allowed people to share their worries about money and also brought up bigger discussions on managing finances in the long run. Through this video, Shu got people talking about the economic challenges tied to the cost of living in cities like Singapore and also brought about a comparison with Tokyo. This social media interaction created a space for people to think deeper about the money challenges they face and also compare their situation with others in Tokyo. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button. It really helps us to understand what kind of content you want to see more of. And don't forget to subscribe. Here at the Investing Iguana, we're dedicated to helping you navigate your financial journey with confidence and clarity. And guess what? There's plenty more where this came from. Stay tuned for our upcoming videos, where we'll tackle other interesting financial topics like the best investment strategies, understanding the stock market, and how to make your money work harder for you. As always, we're thrilled to have you as part of our Investing Iguana community. Your support helps us keep producing free content like this. Remember, every like, share, and subscribe goes a long way. Thanks for joining us today. Keep investing, keep growing, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.